Hello people, this is Ryder here with the review of the Ultraman Blazar Blazar Stone 03. So yeah, just like the candy toy stones, after a month of a random hiatus, they're finally back! So, here we are with a pamphlet of these, to which we'll try to open up. Where is Blazar? Okay, so here they are. So again, Blazar Stone 03. So this set comprises of Ultraman A-Type, Ace, Nexus, Enfants, Max, Powered, and Nice. And our two rares are of Ultraman C-Type and Ace, the glitter versions. So obviously, as you can see them in their standard packaging like so, to which obviously I'll open them after they're actually I'll jeez, look at Powered. Nice. Alright, so here we have the stones out of their packaging and such, so we will take a look at them one by one as we typically have been. So here's our most interesting choice of the set, Ultraman B-Type, which, no, A-Type? Man, I forgot. Obviously, I think it has to be A-Type, because obviously A-Type is known to be the very first, look that Ultraman had for, I think, the first quarter of the show and such, to which we'll just do the comparison right away. Yeah, there's actually a difference and such. You can see the ears are divided. You can see the eye is a lot more narrow. You can see his face is a lot more narrower and such. To which, and this part is like divided and such, which I think is the ear. And sadly, if we see back here, this is our first miss in terms of variations, because unlike the Blazar, like Blazar's main stones, Ultraman doesn't have another sound in here and such. So he will do the exact same stuff as his original DX counterpart did. But, I mean, at least this is the first instance of them doing that, as opposed to, like, the fifth. And here is Ace, still stuck being green. So I guess, I don't know, I guess Jack is no longer green because they gave it to Ace. I don't know, Ace just works better as a light blue. Why? Man, that rainbow really messed them up. He is V030. But, I mean, Ace is still pretty neat. And here we have Nexus Enfants, but I think, naming-wise, if I remember, I think it's just Nexus. But Nexus looks really good in black, because, it substitutes for gray. He is V071. And then, oops, here we have Max, which makes sense because he succeeded Nexus. And obviously Max is in yellow, which is pretty neat. We track and V077. And now we have our oddities of the set, or obscure. Here is Powered. He's the same as Great. They gave him the light blue cover and such. But Powered obviously actually is distinctive, so we will not do the comparison, because I think everyone should know that Powered is, they actually did something with Powered. The track, and he is V044. And then, last but not least, we have Nice. to which they gave him the light green, which is pretty interesting. And such. It's interesting that him and Zerth are now shades of green as opposed to just being white. I guess Destined Crossroad really did something to them. V070. So let's use these within the Blazar brace. Again, we already spoiled what this one will do. Sorry, my hand was in the way. Like, I mean, I guess it'll at least do something, I guess. Which I guess gives out the spoiler of... Yeah, the rest of these stones are gonna do basically the same exact thing. And obviously, because they're in a, I'll guess categorized an auxiliary Ultraman, they don't have a finisher. So again, we will skip the standby for everyone else. Nexus, I think, would have been cool. Max. Riveting. Powered. It's technically not wrong, but like, if they've already done this, why couldn't they apply that to this then? But there's at least his updated grunt from the Absolute Conspiracy and such. And then, last but not least, nice. Like, look, I get that with nice, you can't do much because, I mean, you can. Because you can still get something from the commercials. So, like, yeah, obviously, no doubt, this is a weak set. But I mean, I can't blame them. Like, I'm happy with the selection, at least. I think the selection is pretty strong and such. And I forgot to state, obviously, technically they did release this one, but under the glitter variant. It's only the normal version they actually bothered to do the A-type. The glitter version is the C-type and such. And, like, you know, to this extent, we got the 6 main Ultra Brothers done, at least. I guess, like, again, I appreciate that with the Gashapon line. The Gashapon line at least had something going for it. I don't think the Candy Toy line did. They kind of just were doing whatever. Like, at least the Gashapon line has the Ultra Brothers to go off of and such. And basically trying to push out the Heisei Ultraman and such. But, like, you know, I just don't get why. Again, this is on the Blazar brace itself, not the stones. We should not blame the stones and such. We should we should blame the programming of the stones. I just don't get why. Not even. I just don't get why they don't bother programming. They didn't bother programming finishers to these stones at all, even if some of them are not going to have any. Like, I don't think Nice technically canonically has a finisher, even though, again, they have the Destined Crossroad they can go off of. And then, again, with Powered, obviously it's me. This is just being me being very nitpicky, because obviously I really like Powered. But, like, it's just unfortunate that, like, Powered, you don't have... Powered, they couldn't even bother to, like... Powered, they couldn't even bother updating it to actually include the electrical currents, or like the lightning and such. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Because, especially because I don't think this was in production. I think the Ultra Replica Flash Prism was in production before the Blazar Brace. But again, I could be wrong about that and such. Like, and hopefully, like, the next toy that actually updates the specifications of this thing into the next device, because if they can do that with the new generation heroes, then why can't they do that with older Ultraman? Because it's the new generation. But, like, honestly, like, I like the selection overall. It's just that the Blazar Brace is disappointing with what they do and such. Especially, again, going off of the dimension cards, the dimension cards at least gave equality to everyone. Even if the finisher wasn't their finisher, they at least had a finisher. Because I think this is more infuriating than Rube. Because at least with Rube, well, okay, like, again, I guess I always say with Rube, or with Blazar, at least these four are programmed in there. I still find it mind-boggling that not even Nexus and Max were programmed in the Rube Gyro. It's kind of weird. But, like, again, I'm going off of the Saki Rube Gyro. So, like, it's just, like, that thing at least still had finishers. Like, I know the base toy didn't, but I'm going off this, again, we're going off of, like, the Gyro. The Gyro at least had finishers and such. And at least had unique light combinations. That's, I think, what's honestly lacking so far. It's just like, cool, we got the color on the stones, but that color doesn't apply to the brace, because the brace is just doing a copy and paste thing with the animations. And it's just like, it feels so lifeless. I think that's where I'm trying to get to. It starts, the Blazar brace just starts becoming so monotonous, because it's like, and like, they don't even bother timing it. Like, I get it's a lot more cheaper, or it's just a lot more easier just to, like, have the animation be in its own timing and just let the sound play through. But it's like, it's like, it just kind of shows that, like, there wasn't as much effort in, like, the other Ultras as it was for the new generation. It's just, like, it's so depressing and such. And I could have sworn there is another Ultraman sound programmed. Like, one that, not, like, I could have sworn there was at least another Ultraman sound programmed that was, like, in the same vein as, like, the Blazar Stone ones. Just, like, something new, but I guess there wasn't. And such. But, like, obviously, like, it's up to you whether or not you want to get this. Again, I think most people will probably only want to go for the Ultra Brothers. And, like, maybe, again, like, Max and, like, Nexus, Powered, nice, obviously. I'm the only one that cares for Powered. So, like, of course, no one's gonna go for them. Like, get them off of like a proxy service or something. Luckily, the price for this set isn't too bad. It's on par with set one of like being like around like $15 or so. But like other than that, just yeah, get it if you want.